The southeastern corner of England and famed Royal St George's played host to the 140th Open Championship, and in Open tradition, bad weather greeted the players on day one. Coming in, Rory McIlroy grabbed all the headlines thanks to his spectacular win at Congressional. But the world's top two players were both chasing a first major championship on home soil as well. Surprisingly, none of the big three broke par. Instead, it was Thomas Bjorn, the Dane, who lost here in heartbreaking fashion back in 2003, setting the pace with an opening round of 65. And he was joined late in the day by the young English amateur Tom Lewis, a real fairy tale story as he outshone the world's best and joined Bjorn at 5 under par. A spectacular summer's day at Sandwich greeted the players for the second round. Tom Watson still showed he's got what it takes on the tee at the par 3 6th. A hole-in-one for Watson, and possibly on his way to a 6th Open Championship title. Meanwhile, young Tom Lewis struggled on day 2, but remained in the hunt at 1 under par. It was a struggle as well for Thomas Bjorn. Good scrambling skills at the 18th, and Bjorn at 3 under par, close to the lead. Another veteran in fine form at Royal St George's on day 2, the Ulsterman Darren Clarke. Back-to-back 68s for him, and at 4 under par, tied with the 2009 US Open champion Lucas Glover. Among the big names to miss the cut, Luke Donald, Westwood, Harrington and McDowell. But major champions Mickelson, Kaymer, Schwartzel and McIlroy all in contention heading into the weekend. The third round provided the most challenging weather conditions of the week. It didn't stop the crowds coming out, but it did affect an awful lot of the golfers. Not Ricky Fowler though, the young American, playing nicely, a round of 68 as he moved into contention. Some good fortune for the later groups as the weather cleared up, the rain went away, and Dustin Johnson among those taking advantage. He matched Fowler's 68 to be once again in contention for a major title. Phil Mickelson, not a great record in the Open Championship, but a solid 71 on Saturday for him, whilst Lucas Glover, Miguel Angel Jimenez and Thomas Bjorn all stayed within striking distance. Darren Clarke started in a share of the lead. Under pressure, he played some fantastic golf. The 42-year-old had his moments on the greens, but he hit the ball beautifully. A third round 69, he was at 5 under par and 1 shot ahead going into Sunday. Huge crowds for the final day at Royal St George's, and those who arrived early were treated to a morning charge from Sergio Garcia. The Spaniard made birdies on 4 of the first 7 holes, including this huge one at the 4th. Sadly, his charge would falter. Plenty of breeze out there all day on Sunday. The overnight needer, Darren Clarke, needed to make a good start, and that's exactly what he did. His first birdie of the day coming as early as the 2nd hole. Phil Mickelson, meanwhile, was making inroads, birdies of 2, 4, 6, and then an eagle at the 7th. And Mickelson tied for the lead with Darren Clarke. But the Ulsterman responded with his own eagle at the 7th. As the rain continued to fall, it was challenging for fans and players alike, but it didn't seem to affect Mickelson. Great shot out of the rough at the 10th. He would birdie there. At 6 under, he was just 1 behind Clarke until he missed that short one at the 11th. The frustration showed. Another shot dropped at 13, and Mickelson's charge was over. Darren Clarke, meanwhile, did get himself in 1 or 2 tight spots, but he managed to recover well. Dustin Johnson wasn't giving up. A birdie at the 12th got him to within 2 shots of the lead, and then at the 14th, the decisive moment for him, over the white post, into the reeds, out of bounds, and Johnson also faded, which all meant that Darren Clarke had the luxury of a 3-shot lead walking down the 18th. He could enjoy that. It may have been a bogey finish, it didn't matter 1 jot, as the success story for Northern Irish golf continued, and 42-year-old Darren Clarke won his first Open Championship.
The winner of the gold medal and the champion golfer of the year is Darren Clarke.